Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be a Midrank madness from GunsNRoaches. He is back. He's an excellent Zerg player, he's moving up, and he sent this replay to Sniper Monkey at the email in the description with the subject of Midrank madness. So bottom left, it's going to be coolzero. Top right, it's gonna be GunsNRoaches with a Brood War skin for his hatch. Scouting out with an Overlord here. We got ourselves walling off with Supply Depot at the natural expansion from coolzero. APM check, 76 average to 58 average. Okay, so we're going to get that up, I feel like, in Midrank Madness. And if you want me to cast your Midrank Madness replay, send it again to Sniper Monkey. His email address is in the description. And just make sure it's gold, platinum, or diamond before you send it. And interesting and back and forth in some way, or maybe it's a unique strategy. And are we going to throw out another barracks? Oh, yeah. It's going to be... Yep, there's the gas. It's going to be multiple Reapers. He learned from Beyond that this is excellent against Zerg players. I wonder if GunsNRoaches has seen this on the ladder. I feel like he has, man. Popularizing the 2 racks Reaper opening was Beyond. He didn't come up with it, but he sure did popularize it, and other professional Terran players at the top of their game copy it. So that's how you know it is a good stratagem. So, Reaper on the way, second barracks on the way, and then a second Reaper will be on the way. And this Overlord is the first chance to scout this. So, let's see. Let's see when this Overlord scouts... There it is. He sees a barracks, and he sees another barracks. Excellent. So good scouting here by Terry. So you need to make more than 4 lings against more than 1 Reaper. And just send it. Just send it, coolzero. You have been scouted. There we go. Sending the Reaper. Hoping to get stuff done. And expanding. Here after the 2 racks. So, let's see here. There we go. Speed getting started. You're going to have to defend with slow lings and queens for these multiple Reapers. And off the creep. Get back on the creep. Get back on the creep here. We are mining out this wall. That's... Oh, okay, fair enough. I guess. Whatever. Oh no! Drones being attacked and killed. And speed not done yet. And yeah, 1 Reaper can kill infinite lings if they are slow and off creep, and 2 Reapers can kill infinite lings times 2. Oh boy. So, okay, so now the way is open here. So 21 to 21 workers, not ahead. Not ahead as GunsNRoaches. But speed is almost done here. But there are only 2 Reapers. Factory coming up back there. Oh, never mind. 3 Reapers. My gosh, how many kills do we have? 3 kills with that Reaper. 0 kills and 0 kills. This Reaper has been hogging all of the kills, but this is a meritocracy. So it is A-OK. Speed finishing now. There we go. Okay, so now we have wings, so we can run faster. And, okay, up in the main base, another drone goes down, and he dived in, but nope. He does not want to die here, and, one of the Reapers died. Which one was it? Not the one with all the kills. That is certainly the case. Yeah, 0 kills there, 5 kills there. So, creep spreading to connect your second base to the third base. Lings watching the Reaper hop-up spot here. Marines sent out to kill Terry the Overlord. Rest in peace, Terry. If you want to commemorate Terry, there is merch with his face on it. Mugs and shirts at falconpaladin.store. Alright, as well as for Steve the SCB. Huh. Anyway, yep, okay, so you are very far from home, Mr. Marine, and now you are dead. Excellent. Got ourselves a spore, a baneling nest, no lair. And how many? 25 workers for coolzero here to 23. Good scout. Good scout from this Overlord. Sees the 3rd command center. Sees the starport. Sees the factory. And yeah, so we've seen A third CC from your Terran opponent. So there's a choice here. Either you can try to bust him or try to get a 4th base here. What is your choice here, GunsNRoaches? This is Midrank Madness. So he doesn't have to make a choice. But if this was professional level, then they would, right? Cyril would. Cyril would either throw down a super fast 4th and even a 5th, right? I guess down here, because you have an access to here. I guess you have access to here? Yeah, so siege tanks down here and Marines and Marauders attacking your drones, not a good idea. But if you can defend it with spines and maybe some lurkers and maybe some roaches and ravagers yourself, good. So, coolzero, rather. Gathering stuff. We've got a Widowmine. We've got Hellions, Marines. Got a Marauder, just kind of an eclectic group here. Overlord sees it. And we're going to push on in here at 550. And is GunsNRoaches ready for this? No! Absolutely not. Oh my gosh. Zerglings all die. That is brutal. There was some splash damage there, but definitely enough to make it worth it there for coolzero. Okay, Reapers fighting, Marines fighting, Spine Crawler putting in some work here too, trying to burrow a 2nd spine in. Lings trying to fight at the same time. Queens getting some extra damage off. Banelings. And they do not connect there. That was good. Don't want those Banelings to connect against the 1 unit on the ground, which was a Marauder, mind you. That is a 6-kill Widowmine. Thank you very much. Very impressive stuff from the Terran side of things. So, yeah, GunsNRoaches is up to 50 workers. So he was doing a ton of droning there before that attack. Had to make some Lings and some Banelings to deal with the attack, and now he's back into droning. So 54 total workers. Looking all right. And coolzero still on 2 bases despite having the 3rd orbital here. I mean, maybe he's worried about a Ling counterattack. He doesn't really have a lot to deal with that, which, yeah, he doesn't. He's reading that correctly. He has like 8 Marines and a Marauder, which is okay, but like 20 Lings show up and everybody dies, especially if they have upgrades, which they don't, mind you. Finally, GunsNRoaches is getting a 4th base, but he's in trouble here, folks. He's getting a macro hatch. Big fan of that. The evolution chamber's at 7 minutes. Everything he's trying to do, I think, is slow. He's got a lair. He does have a Baneling nest. And Centrifugal Hooks is not getting started here, though he does have the gas and the resources for it. But when the early aggression shows up, it screws up your timings, right? You definitely, if nobody bothers you, yeah, a mid-rank level player can get up to 4 or 5 bases, get into their tier 3 stuff if that's what they want to do, max out on whatever, roaches, ravagers, hydras, lurkers, lings, banes, all of it. Can max out on it at around, 9-10 minutes. But when you've been aggressed, when you've been attacked, that's when things go a little bit wonky, yeah? Yeah. So, 70 to 39 workers, though, from GunsNRoaches is pretty impressive considering the aggression he's been dealing with. The early multiple Reapers threw him off. That attack definitely threw him off, the last one that we saw. And coolzero needs to continue this. He really does. I mean, that's how you defeat a Zerg player, is continuing to harass them. And this is what we're talking about here. A 3 medevac drop. He doesn't go for a drop necessarily. He just kind of unloads outside the creep. Comes in. These Lings all die immediately. By that, I mean they take a couple Marines with them because of the spine. Yeah, Queen gonna die. Slow Banes, because Centrifugal Hooks is not even being researched. Leaves the Marauder down to die. Hopes the Banelings will explode on that guy, and then they don't, because GunsNRoaches has too good control. So, 4th base rolling for this dude. 3rd base now rolling for coolzero. He's muled it up. He's SCVing it up quite nicely, too. Upgrades for the Terran are at +1 attack, combat shield, and stim, as well as concussive shell. And he's working on 2-2, just getting that started up about a minute ago here for the attack, or for the armor, and just started the attack, which is weird. Usually you want the attack first if you can't get both of them at the same time. Mining out the mineral wall to get maybe a 5th base up this 12 o'clock position here for GunsNRoaches. Big deal there. But yeah, I mean, I love the Hydra Den. We're getting some Hydras out. Lurkers at this level are insanely good too. We know that. So let's see if we get some Lurkers out. They do pretty darn well against Marine Marauder on some level, right? You probably still want to get a Blinding Cloud down. You want to come in from a different angle if you can. Maybe don't just do a straight engagement. Overseer sees this drop coming in, and so the Overseer must die. coolzero's honor has been impugned. But then, never mind. Oh, this drone... drone opens the door and dies for it, and coolzero dives right in. He says, thank you very much. I'll take this place. Absolutely. Dude, Overlord's dying? Nope, didn't even want to kill the Overlord. Just focusing down this hatch. They've got the stim, And they fall back. Okay, good. Fall back into that choke. These lings dying all over the place. Banelings have centrifugal hooks now. No target firing here from coolzero. So just, again, leaving the Marauder. He's done that consistently. Leaving the Marauder on the ground to absorb some Baneling shots. Because it's not good value for those Banes to do that. On the other side, got some Overlords and Overseers, I guess, scouting in, seeing what's going on. An unload in the main base from coolzero. Unloads, heals up a little bit. In full view of the Zerg, stims in, and sniping that Spire would be pretty good. Baneling Nest dying, also not bad. Kills a Hydralisk. Infestation Pit taking some hits here, but I don't know that he's actually target firing it. Now it basically is. So he kills the Infestation Pit for no Infestors and no Hive upgrade. Takes a Baneling shot right to the face. The Spire finishes. Can't get a Hive here for a minute because that Infestation Pit got wiped out. And a 5th base coming up down south here for GunsNRoaches. coolzero, ooh, he's expanded to the high ground. He is the Rich Vespine Geyser here. Upgrading that thing to a planetary. Big fan of the 4th base and beyond being a planetary. That's what the pros do. You can probably get away with planetary in your 3rd at this level of StarCraft. It's not going to lose you a game for the most part, but I don't know. Maybe it will if your opponent is that close to your capability. That could be a difference economically, but I don't think it is. Still, 80 to 48 workers in favor of GunsNRoaches is pretty great. Army value is 80 to 60, though, in favor of coolzero, so that's not going to go particularly well on any side of it. But bunch of Hydras here. We got ourselves some Lings in the mix. No Banelings. Yeah, I think all the Banelings probably died in that attack over here on, well, in the main base or over here on the 4th base. One of the two. 5th base, done. 6th base coming up at the 12 o'clock. Throwing down a Transfuse on this 4th base would be pretty good, too. You've got the Queens. You probably have the Queen energy for that. And by that, I mean, I don't know where your Queens are. Here's one. Does have enough energy for a Transfuse. Either, I mean, you can inject or you can Transfuse at this point. Honestly, I'm not sure if it's worth it just for the energy you get from a Transfuse or the HP you get, but... Oh my gosh, is this a 7th base? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is a 7th base from GunsNRoaches down here. Which if coolzero saw it, he'd probably drop on it and murder it, but he's been really passive the past couple of minutes. So he's going to knock down these rocks and maybe check out what's going on the right side of the map here, and he's going to find some bases to kill if he's lucky. Mass Hydra from GunsNRoaches. No, there you go. Now the Banelings come in with the Lings. Hydraling Bane. Nope. That attempt at Changeling didn't go well, but did scout where the army was. So they got some information, and that's better than some Changelings managed to pull off. All right, coming down this ramp to engage here. Hydraling Bane against Marine Marauder with no Widow Mines, no anything here. Good. Fine. Siege tanks actually going to help immensely in this position. Reinforcements going to help a lot, too. All these Hydras are going to die, but good Baneling connections. Marauders trade pretty poorly against these Hydras, and the Lings taking a ton of damage here too. Oh my gosh, beautiful. Beautiful engagement here from our guy GunsNRoaches, getting way deeper into Terran territory, my brain said there. I guess that works. It's Terran territory. I'm coming up with new words as I'm casting StarCraft today, apparently. That's a lot of fun. Alright, so what? Adrenals coming in, Vipers on the way. What do I say? The player with spellcasters usually defeats the player who does not have spellcasters about 9 out of 10 times. Now, I don't see any ghosts in production here from coolzero, right? No ghosts, no ravens. Those are spellcasters too. Technically, if you want to say Marines and Marauders have stim, and that's a spell you cast, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. Events Ballistics coming in for Liberators. That can help a lot, even if you don't necessarily have any of those casters. But yeah, if you can get some Abducts on those Liberators and tanks, some Blinding Cloud on those tanks, like a lot of this can go very, very well for GunsNRoaches, and coolzero could be in a lot of trouble if he doesn't manage to get on the caster level. So this base is going to die. At this point, yeah, we see the creep. And coolzero says, oh, creep, cool. Sure, no defense here at all. I guess I'll kill, like, 15 of your drones. I don't see why not. It goes from 80 down to 68 workers, 67 workers, thank you. And this is why you have 7 or 8 bases at this stage of the game. You can kind of afford to just straight up lose one, and it's not that big of a deal. And you can counterattack into a planetary. Try to get some baneling shots in there. These lings with... Oh, he should have waited till he had Adrenal. Fewer lings would have died, but he does take the planetary down nevertheless. More SCVs getting massacred. 36 workers remaining from coolzero. I mean, this guy, his worker count is not good. Sniping the sensor tower would be pretty cool. Using banelings on those rocks is not cool. It is historically pretty bad. Nice baneling connection, but a lot of dudes back there. That is one of the things about Terran, is you can wipe out an army of Terran and they will have another one ready to go pretty quickly for you. Oh no, the Vipers! Oh, he pulled back. He only lost, okay, 2 of them. That's still probably better than a lot of other players would have done. Would have flown those Vipers directly over those Marines and all died terribly. These guys, I guess they moved down here to try to save this base. It was too late for that. This Queen was going to put a creep tumor down. Finally showed up, but it was too late for that. So this is why you have the Vipers, is abducting these Liberators into the Hydras. And then the Liberators are not as big of a problem. Or Blinding Cloud is also good. Fine. I'm okay with a Blinding Cloud, but then you're going to have to walk into your own Blinding Cloud a little bit. And, okay, that abduct was entirely unnecessary, but I do like to see an abduct used. Abduct being used is always very, very good. Oh my gosh, it is Ghost production. Okay, cool. So coolzero threw down a Ghost Academy sometime in the last couple minutes. Is getting some ghosts. Let's see if he uses them. Now, I always say ghosts are terrible against Hydraling Bane, but you can use them to snipe Vipers, right? In that sense, using them to take down Vipers is thumbs up. Thumbs up all the way. Big, big, big fan of doing that. So we'll see if that's what GunsNRoaches is up to here. Left side base, off center. That's fixable unless you upgrade this to a planetary, and then it's not. Dude, you can't tell this is off center. Camera check. Go look at that base. This base is fine. Go look at the other one. Check the minimap. See how horrendously off center this is before it's a planetary, please. coolzero. Cool runnings. Do it. Check the base before it's a planetary. Cancel the planetary. Fix it. Man, he is really not moving his camera at all. He's just woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, he looked for a second.
Command center upgrade.
And then he's like, oh, cool, my planetary's done. And it's off center by like 1.5 feet, man. More than that. All right, so he mules the ever-loving crap out of this high ground base. That is, he has thrown down 16 mules. Oh, hold on. 16 mules. Yeah, 16 mules are running on this base. They're going to mine this thing out in 1.5 minutes, it feels like. So Hydraling Bane Viper is the tech right now. On the other side of it, Marines, Marauders, Liberators, Siege Tanks, and some Ghosts. Sensor Tower down. This planet, you know, you might be doing coolzero a favor as the Banelings get big-time hits. That's horrible. You got to micro better against those Baneling hits, coolzero. You really got to do it, okay? Abducting Liberators gets them out of liberation mode and gets them in range of your Hydras more easily. Kind of incredible, honestly. Yeah, I don't know about attacking with Liberator, Siege Tank, and Planetary support here. Pull back, and that's exactly what our guy is doing with those Hydras. Bringing 1 million Overlords over this direction is interesting. Drop on the right side, getting some work done. Let's get a pickup here, boys. Oh, or everyone could just die. That's totally fine, too. Guess maybe you weren't making it out of there anyway with the Hydras on the ground, but still. Building armor is on the way here from coolzero, making the planetaries a little bit tankier, but we don't usually see the pros get it, so statistically it doesn't help all that much. But it gives you extra bunker slots. The problem is, you usually don't have that many bunkers that are providing any value for you at the time you get building armor anyway, but we are going to see this go from 4 to 6 total slots available inside that bunker. Hey, hey! How nice is that? So, GunsNRoaches was at 6 bases at one point. He is now at... Okay, he's still at 6 bases. I guess the 7th base was kind of a big deal. Gonna replant it. No problem at all. Hydras, Lings, Banes. GunsNRoaches actually has a giant gas bank and not much of a mineral bank somehow. Might as well fire up 1 million Banelings would be my guess here, because guess what? Your dude does not exactly have Widow Mines. And Widow Mines are kind of... I don't want to go mass Baneling here. Also, Siege Tanks are an issue. You just toss down 1 million more mules? 9 more mules get thrown down on this left side base. Hey, this planetary is in position. Hey, look at that. Look at that. It could have been a planetary that was off position, but now it's an orbital that's on position. That's probably better for coolzero economically. Yeah, he needs gas. He needs to take these geysers. It's not really the minerals that he's hurting for right now, is it? No. No, I'd say it's not. GunsNRoaches is trying to take a base that technically is coolzero's up this left side, but it's going to die. Hang on. Might be saved. Totally saved by adrenalings, man. Get in there. Get on. Bam. Everybody dead. The hatchery took some damage and will sustain that damage when it pops. It will not be at full 50 or full health here. Probably not 50%. Probably more than that. We'll have to see. All right. So, yes. 13 banelings on the way. GunsNRoaches recognizes he has a ton of gas. Changelings wander in. Hey, look at me, guys. I'm part of the crew. coolzero. There you go, recognizing that they are changelings. And GunsNRoaches says it is time to engage. Abducting liberators at the very least. Again, they're not in liberation mode. Baneling's a little bit late to the party. Overseers are in here, but my gosh, that army got evaporated a little bit better. Okay, well, I don't know why I keep sending overlords over here too. Why are you sending overlords over here? Rallies, my guess. What I like to do when I make overlords is set their own specific rally, which you can do when you make 10 overlords. Like, before you do anything else, right-click on the map where you want them to go. Usually, I'll go, you know, select all my hatches, go 10 overlords, right-click, like, right here, or right-click over here. Like, somewhere that's on creep is generally preferable to somewhere that is where the army and the enemy's bases are. Hatch down, cool stuff. What do I always say? You gotta kill 10 hatches if you're gonna defeat a Zerg player. Usually that's for an elite Zerg player like Cyril or Raynor, but or Dark or Clem, or Dark or Clem. Clem's a Zerg player now, or Rogue. And at this point, 2 hatcheries with a third one down now, so making some progress. He's got that 3/3 infantry upgrade. He's got those liberators. He's got those medevacs. Banelings getting target fire down all the time. Actually, I'm not sure that's target firing as much as they're just kind of in the front. There we go. A little bit of snipe action. Okay, and these Hydras, I don't know if they want to fight here. I like how he's standing in the defender mode circle, but not trying to drag the Hydras into it. But yeah, Hydras against 3/3 Marines with Stim do not trade particularly excellently. So this base for GunsNRoaches is huge. He is mineral starved right now. If coolzero wins this game, I'm going to be impressed. I don't know that he's played well enough to win this game, but his macro's been good enough that I think he probably deserves to, right? Macro, big deal. Oh, quick pluck for Transformers 1. Really good. Surprisingly good for a Transformers movie. It's animated. It's not as stupid as like the live-action Transformers films. Steven Spielberg was involved in this movie somehow, but yeah, check it out. Took my kids. They enjoyed it. I had a good time too. Lings, Banes, Hydras again. Stop me if you've heard this one before. He didn't finish off that hatch either, did he? If he loses this game, it's because he didn't finish off that hatch. I don't know about getting banelings onto these tanks, sir. Yeah, no, that actually didn't work out at all. 18 kills on that siege tank is pretty good. 67 to 33 army supply in favor of coolzero is amazing. Yeah, bring those tanks up, dude. Unsiege them, re-siege them. I like that you have this base. Good. Had a moment. Might as well call down some mules. Big fan of that. Sensor tower reveals there is a base down here. Load up like 6 Marines and a medevac. Boom. Unload it on that mineral line and you're going to have a good time. Hey, look. See? 6 slots on the bunker. Building armor and bunker. What did they call that thing? Bunker upgrade. Yeah, bunker upgrade complete. coolzero not exactly the greatest at detecting when there are changelings inside his base, but hey, he's doing all right. These guys have combat shields. They do have combat shields. Oh, so changelings, if they're Marines, they have combat shields. But if they're Zealots, they don't have speed. And if they're Lings, they don't have speed, so you don't have the wings. So I think I figured that out before. So it's a little bit harder to tell a changeling Marine from the other 2 varieties. Get the Liberator set up. and almost escapes the spore. That would have been really impressive if he'd managed to get out of there and actually set up on this base, but he stopped all mining at the 7th base down here. No problem at all. Everything's looking rad. Where are the tanks? Bring the tanks to this party, coolzero. I know this high ground position is really cool. Oh, well. Oh, ow. Ow. Dude, GunsNRoaches might actually lose this game. That was a pretty careless drone transfer up to that 12 o'clock, all the way down from the 6 o'clock when you knew the Terran had set up down here. All right, man. Nice concave of Hydras again. Siege tanks back line. Kaboo, kaboo. Getting big time hits off. The concave is awesome, but every tank shot is big. 35 kills and 30 kills on these 2 siege tanks. Putting in some work for coolzero. Baneling, or Ghost has a kill, chased away by some Banelings there. This base getting replanted. Bam, it's done. This base can be knocked over probably with a sneeze. Oh, did he move the tanks up in a pretty good position too? Dude, coolzero's being patient. The most annoying types of Terran players to play against are the patient ones. This is another hatch down, and in a position. Oh, tank shot, tank shot, tank shot, tank shot, tank shot. It's gonna be a 40 kill. Okay, the Lings try to dive bomb on the tanks. They come around the backside. They get, no, they don't kill either one of them. 46 at 40. They get one of, no, the tanks are still crushing it. 49, 50 kills. Siege tank. Is coolzero just gonna win this game with 104 total supply? He does. Good game. GunsNRoaches taps out, and coolzero gets the win. An absolutely impressive display, man. Oh my gosh. Absolutely impressive showing there from our guy coolzero. GunsNRoaches sends in a loss. I mean, he sent in some wins before, so good to have a loss from him, so we don't know that every game of his is a win. That was sweet. And yeah, these tanks are the winners, right? These are the winners for coolzero. Absolutely. And he did end up finishing off this hatch. So him not killing the hatch is not why he lost. He won because he killed this hatch, actually. And he did kill 5 hatcheries today, which is pretty good. But yeah, man, the tanks. It's just not being able to finish off these tanks was absolutely brutal. 46, and that's 100 kills. So, I mean, what? About 600 total units died here today, maybe 700. And like a full third, I don't know, whatever, a fifth of those was from those 2 tanks alone. That is some impressive stuff. Resources lost, 49,000 to 31,000, almost double-ish for GunsNRoaches. Ended up losing 110 Hydras, 81 Banelings. Yeah, I mean, this really should have been enough. Like, props to coolzero for adding tanks in the comp when he recognized what he was dealing with. When he realized the Ghost wouldn't have a lot to do except maybe for, again, sniping some Vipers. That's always a cool move. Yeah, he lost 2 planetaries today, but not as much as 5 hatches, and only 20 SCVs compared to 55 drones. So yeah, annoying to deal with this for sure, but some of it was making engagements where he couldn't win. Some of it was trying to engage with these tanks and not killing the tanks. I mean, this base is still alive. This base is still alive. But, I mean, expanding up to the left side here, coolzero. Like I said, his macro was pretty good. It slipped towards the end here. He's got 7,000 minerals in the bank. That could be 100 Marines. More than that, because math. But it was good for the most part, I would say. He was spending his money every time that GunsNRoaches killed a Terran base or killed a Terran army. It seemed like another one would show up, and he'd be like, oh, Terran, they're like cockroaches. They never actually die. And I think that's how people feel about dealing with Zerg, too, in all fairness. So Terran and Zerg kind of, they deserve each other from that perspective. I mean, not that Protoss can't re-warp in a maxed out army of Zealots, you know, High Templar, Adepts, Stalkers in 2 seconds either, but... Anyway, GG! GG, well done. Our guy coolzero getting the win. If he ever watches this game, he'll be very proud. It was a good one, and that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
The path of ascension